All right, so quick introductions, guys and girls. Matthew will be our moderator tonight. Okay, he will be watching and monitoring your questions and feeding them to me. One thing that I will ask, and we have over 700 questions that you guys have submitted for me tonight. We will probably answer most, if not all of those questions as we go through the regular program that we have planned for everybody tonight. So what I will ask is, don't ask any questions unless it's pertinent to that subject we're talking about right then. And then afterwards, we'll have some time. I will hang out with you guys and answer any questions you have about anything we didn't get to or anything else that you want to talk about. Okay? So only ask questions about the things that are pertinent to what we're talking about. Dave, just to set my expectations correct, what can I ask today versus tomorrow? Nora, hold all your stuff for tomorrow.
Nora's on the call. She can't get enough of you, Dave.
Nora is talking about our mentoring meetings that we have every Thursday night, which we'll talk about later.
We will talk about that.
Yes, it is being recorded. It will be available. Yes,
so
if you have to cut out.
If any of you are from abroad and you get tired and you need to go to sleep, Roman will be recording this. It will be available on the Wall Street Global Trading Academy YouTube channel probably tomorrow, as our last webinar was. So, guys, we hope you hang out. We hope you enjoy what's going to happen here. And also, the stuff that we're going to teach you is such good knowledge that you'll probably want to watch it over and over again. David is even better the second time around.
So 2 things I'll promise you before we get started. Well, let me do the introductions first. And when I start speaking, I'll talk to you guys. So Roman is our IT man and a partner of the firm. Andrew is our social media expert and a partner of the firm. Matthew is our close relative of mine, and he will be our moderator for this evening. So without further ado, I am going to introduce you guys to Peter Tuchman. Most of you probably know who Peter is. He has been on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange for over 35 years. He is my friend for over 35 years. We have partnered together to launch the Wall Street Global Trading Academy, and you guys will get a good sense as to what that's all about once the evening gets going. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my friend. Yes, he is the CNBC bullish man.
I am
all yours, Peter. Take her away.
Guys, thank you, David. David, I love the introduction. Thanks, Roman, Andrew, and everybody on the call. David and I have been friends for 35 years, and this is an amazing pivotal time that we've decided to really do this. We've got a whole bunch of you on this, and we're so excited to be here. Yes, apparently I've become a meme, which a couple of weeks ago I didn't know what it really was, but I am the bullish meme of the market. So you know what, guys, if you're trading off my face, I wish you the best. Gesundheit with that. Don't judge my mood, just judge my face. You know what? There are people on this call from Liquidity. They endorsed us today. Wall Street Memes, Wall Street Bets, Wolf Financial, Quant Data, David's Green Room Live. We've got people from all over the place who are embracing worldwide. My Instagram page, people who follow Dave, know Dave, who do watch me on Instagram and see me all over the place. We are so excited to be creating and embracing this new community of retail traders, people who have never been trading before, people who have been trading before and need to take it to the next level, people who have been battered around by this wild, crazy market that we're seeing, and even people who are experienced traders. What's going on now in the market is pivotal, generational, volatile, and absolute madness, guys. And the tagline I use lately is, this is not your grandfather's stock market. Right? I remember when I was a kid, I would watch CBS News when I was a little kid. You'd see the Dow Jones Industrial Average go up 1 point, 2 points, and that was a big move in the day. I've been on the floor since 1985. I was there in January 87 when the biggest volume in history was 10 million shares, then 180 million shares. We trade billions of shares a day. Stocks are absolutely moving 20, 30, 40%, absolutely for no reason and for good reasons. But what's going on in the market today is the most exciting thing we have ever seen. It is the most important thing, though, guys, that you actually, I'm here to motivate you and inspire you, to give you the toolbox. And my partner, David Green, is going to fill that toolbox with some gems, some gold, Jerry, the most amazing things. Not everybody is a good teacher. A lot of people know technical analysis. A lot of people are out there following the internet, using hope as a strategy, listening to all the crap out there. You know, once you hear about a trade on the internet, that train has left the station, guys. But what's happening now is the vehicles that we're seeing trade, like the meme stocks, like earnings moves, like the price action in the market and individual stocks, is unheard of. And I know we're all hearing about the Dogecoin millionaires, the crypto guys, and people who bought GameStop at $2 and sold it at $400. I wish you all the best on that. If you made money trading this market and you've got diamond hands, why don't you come by and buy me dinner? It'll be a beautiful thing. But what we don't hear about, David and I hear about it, but you guys don't hear about it, are all the people, the 88% of day traders who try and do this without education, who blow up, who mortgage their grandmother's house and are sitting out on the corner friggin' broke, been to the ATM 10 times and don't have a dollar left to their name, who bought CAR at 510 and it went down to 250, who bought AMC at 40, it went to 70. They never sold it because they don't know what they're doing, and they've been spending 3 months trying to get back to even. We get calls every friggin' day from people coming to us going, Dave, I'm in trouble. I'm in a bad trade. I had FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. I got involved. The volume was high. I thought it was a thing to do. Some schnutz on the internet told me to buy it. I bought it, and I'm trying to get back to even. I can't even trade because my account has been blown up. This is a new time.
Pete, let me stop you for 1 second. Just to chime in here about the meme stocks and stuff. This is not to say, guys, that we don't trade the meme stocks. We absolutely do, 100%. And when I start talking to you guys about technical analysis, I'm going to show you some of these. You just have to get involved in them at the right spots and not listen to all the crap that's out there. Go ahead, Pete.
Gotcha. So, guys, look, as per what David is saying, well, look, we're not a couple of suits. We've been doing this a long time. We've decided at this point, we've decided just at about the pandemic, when we saw this massive surge of new retail traders in the marketplace, that it behooved us. It was really important for me and David Green, who have got so much experience in trading and markets, to embrace all of you new people who are in the market, not to poo-poo you, not to dismiss you, and not to think that we have nothing, we don't want you here. You've all been invited to this party finally. The barriers to entry are down. Anybody with $100 in a cell phone can get involved in trading the market. But this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is gambling if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not experienced and you don't learn how to do it responsibly. So we've taken this time, David and I, to curate a course. We'll talk about that later. But we want to do this for you for free for tonight, to embrace you, to curate you, to give you a big hug and say, we're so happy you're here. Whatever brought you here, my IG, David's course, David's class, whatever it is, whether you're through liquidity, whoever you're coming to us from, we really want to share with you the responsible way to trade this market. You've all been invited to this party. We want you to be successful. We don't want you to come here, get drunk, throw up, and be pissed off because we didn't treat you right and you lost all your money. We want to take this time, and tonight we're going to spend an hour and a half, hopefully, teaching you how you trade these stocks responsibly and profitably. We want to put the odds in your favor that you're going to make more money, make money rather than lose money. We're going to teach you about risk management and stop orders, how to get the most out of your winners and lose the least out of your losers. We're going to try and help you to stop hemorrhaging and losing money and make some money. I'm going to be passing it back and forth to Dave. We're really happy you're here, and I hope you learn a lot. David is a master educator. He's taught 10,000 plus people who have made millions of dollars day trading. He has an active trading chat room where people come in, about 120 people every day, and trade with him. We'll talk to you about that later. We've been on Benzinga Live trading the markets. David is a master at this. He's not going to throw a chart full of tons of shit in there that's going to complicate and confuse you. He keeps it super simple. He teaches me every day. We are humble students of this market, even though together we have 70 years experience. So I'm going to pass it to Dave. He's my friend, my mentor, my teacher, and my partner. And guys, the knowledge this man is about to drop is friggin' gold. So hold on to it, listen to it, take friggin' notes, and have fun.
It's gold, Jerry. It's gold.
It's gold. Better than a cup of soup at Mendy's, baby.
All right. So I want to start. There's a couple of things I want to start with. Number one, what Peter said was true, 88%, 90%. I think it's closer to 90% of people who try to day trade. Okay. And there's a big distinction between day trading and swing trading and options trading and investing. We do day trading. That is our main focus, but we also do swing trading and we do options trading. The reason that 90% of people who try to do this fail is very simple. They try, it's like me and Peter, and I always use this analogy, trying to open up a bakery tomorrow, right? I don't know anything about baking. Peter doesn't know anything about baking. The chances of us succeeding at opening a bakery are probably about 0. And all of these new retail traders who have come into the market are coming in with absolutely no education, none. And 99% of those accounts have been blown up, as Peter had said earlier. So a couple of things I'm going to promise you tonight. If you heed everything that we talk about tonight, and as Peter said, take notes, write things down. Number one, just by us talking about risk management, which we're going to do in a little bit, you will increase your chances of being a successful trader by 50%. 50%. So that already puts you in a 50 percentile from 10%. And then if you take our technical analysis that I'm going to teach you a bunch of tonight, it actually puts the odds in your favor of making money as a trader. Those two things I'm going to promise you that you will get out of this meeting tonight. We are over 80% on our trades for the year. Okay, that means we make on 8 out of every trade, 10 trades that we do on average. The reason for that is because we are patient, we are disciplined, we don't get into trades until our charts tell us to, and more importantly is what you do once you get into the trade, right? That is the most important thing. So it's money management and it's trade management. So listen to everything we're going to say tonight very, very carefully. If you have questions about the subject that we're going to talk about, please feel free to pop it in there. My first question to everybody is, how many people that are with us tonight are actively day trading? Pop in a 1. If we have people in here that are actively day trading.
Wow, a lot. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome, everyone. We are so happy you're trading the market.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you a little bit of my background too, guys. I've been trading the markets for 35 years. I started working on the floor with Peter at the exact same time he did in 1985. We both started out as runners and tube guys and worked our way up from really the bottom. I retired at the end of 1999 after 15 years on the floor when my firm got bought by Goldman Sachs for $6.5 billion. When I left the Florida New York Stock Exchange, I had to decide what I wanted to do with the rest of my life, right? I was 38 years old. I'm a trader, okay? It's the only thing I've ever done my whole life. I don't know how to do anything else. So when I first left the Florida Stock Exchange, I started trading for myself. And very quickly, within 3 months, I lost $300,000, and I'm not joking, okay? $300,000 in 3 months, and this was somebody who worked on the floor and traded for 15 years. What I was doing, and what most people are doing who are starting out doing this, is I would buy a stock, and you guys pop in number 1s if you've done this before, and it would go down and I'd buy some more. And it would go down and I'd buy some more. And it would go down and I'd buy some more till it got to the point where I couldn't take the pain anymore and I felt like throwing up. That's where I'd get out of all my stock. And inevitably, it would turn around right where I got out of the trade, go all the way back up, and I would have been even on the trade or made money, right? So that, we've all been through that. So I had to learn a better way to trade, and that way is technical analysis. And technical analysis took me the better part of 2 years to get all that money back, guys and girls. And through technical analysis, and then, please, everyone type in a 1 if they've blown up at least 1 trading account since they started trading. You're going to see a million 1s also, right? All right. Of all the people, ladies and gents, who are actively day trading, that's good, Jay. I love it. I don't want to see it. Just last week. Of all the people who are actively day trading, how many people are struggling with this? How many people are just can't figure it out? They're just throwing good money after bad. And no matter what they do, it's just not working for them, right? Very few people come to us. And I don't think I've ever had anyone come to us to learn how to trade or come into my trading room and say, Dave, I'm making more money than I know what to do with. It very rarely happens, right? It doesn't happen.
Secret sauce.
Yet, what we're doing for people is we are teaching people who have never traded before and don't know the difference between a stock and a sock. But it applies to you whether you are a beginning trader or an advanced trader, whether you're trading 10 shares or you're trading 10,000 shares every time you do a trade. There's no difference, okay? No difference whatsoever. So one of the biggest reasons me and Peter did this is to help people out. When did you struggle personally? Why did you struggle that's a great question, John. So when I worked on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, I was what you call a specialist broker. And I was responsible for making the markets in stock. We had none of these electronic markets, right? Back then, if you wanted to trade a stock, you actually had to go to a person. And Peter, as a broker, would get orders from his clients over the phone. He would come up to me and say, Dave, I have an order to buy 100 shares of IBM. I would say, okay, Pete, you can buy it at this price, and here's who you're buying it from. And as a specialist broker, I had all the orders in my hands. I had the buyers in my left hand and the sellers in my right hand. So I never had to use technical analysis. I trade with the order flow. That's it. I bought with the buyers and I sold with the sellers. And quite frankly, if you had half a brain, it was almost impossible to lose money as a specialist broker. So, but when I started trading on my own, yes, I was a market maker, Gabriel. Exactly. Before everything was electronic. When I started trading on my own, I had no idea what technical analysis was. I just thought I was so smart that if I bought something, I was going to pick the bottom and it was going to start going up. And if I shorted something, I was going to pick the top and it was going to stop going down. Very, very important point, and we'll talk more about this later, is you have to be able to both buy stocks, hoping they go up, and short stocks, hoping they go down. So there's two sides to trades that we can be doing. And if you're not comfortable with short, or you don't understand shorting, we're going to talk about that tonight, because if you're not doing it, how many people are afraid to short stocks that are joining us or don't know how? Give me some ones. If you are not shorting stocks and you have the ability to do so, you are missing half of your trading opportunities. So when we get into the technical analysis today, I'm going to show you some stocks that we bought and some stocks that we shorted. And I'll explain to you what actual short selling is. I want to start at the very beginning. Keep in mind, guys, we got over 700 questions. I'm pretty sure our presentation is going to answer most, if not all of them, okay? But I want to start at the beginning. So Matt, why don't you tell me where you think we should get started as far as questions are concerned?
Sure, yeah. So one of the most common questions we got is, what exactly is a day trader?
That's perfect. That is a great question. All right. So a day trader is pretty self-explanatory, right? We trade stocks during the day, okay? We might buy a stock at 9 o'clock and sell it at 9:01. We might buy a stock at 11:30 and not sell it till 4 o'clock. So as a day trader, we buy and sell stocks during the day. What we don't do, and again, guys, give me some ones. How many guys have been in a day trade, and girls have been in a day trade that they took overnight because they did not want to take a loss on the trade? Tons and tons and tons. I can almost guarantee you that is not going to work out for you. 90% of the time, that is not going to work. And worse than that, right? We don't sleep at night when we do that, which is even worse, right? That's even worse. At the end of every day, and people ask me this all the time, what is your prep time, Dave? How much time do you spend as a day trader getting ready for the day? And what do you do after the market closes? And my answer to them is zero. I log on to the trading room every morning at 7:30. I start looking at stocks. We look at the stocks that are moving the most by dollar amount, percentage amount, and it gives us a sense as to what we're going to be looking at for the day. I'll go into more detail about that because a lot of people asked, how do we find the stocks to trade? I don't read Investor Business Daily. I don't read the New York Times. This is short-term investing. That's what it is, okay? So you don't need any of that. It's just not necessary. Taking a day trade overnight is not day trading, all right? At the end of the day, we're going to be flat all our positions, and I just come in the next morning and we start fresh. That's what a day trader does. Let me talk about a swing trader, and let me talk about investing, right? So a swing trader, which we also do, we swing trade. And I'll show you some examples of that when we get into our technical analysis lesson. A swing trade is a trade that we'll get in And we'll probably get out of it in the next day or two after that, because we're waiting for such extreme movements in some stocks that they usually pay off right away. I can tell you this, and there's some people in this room that will back me up on this. We have not had a losing swing trade this year. Okay? We are 100%. Cole, you're in the room. Tell everybody. We don't do them very often, but when they set up, they usually work very, very well. And I'll show you some examples of that. Yeah, knock on wood, Anna, is exactly right. We also do some options trading, which we teach in our course, which we can talk about a little bit later on also. And then there's investing, right? Investing is a completely different ballgame. I'll talk about it for a minute because it's important for you younger people out there to know the proper way to start investing. All right. I always tell everybody under the age of 50 even, you should always be putting money into the stock market. The one thing that has worked in the stock market for 150 years is that it's always gone up over time. That's the bottom line. We've had what they call crashes and corrections. Anytime we've had a major crash, it has been a buying opportunity. Anytime we've had a major correction, it's been a buying opportunity. I remember as the pandemic was happening, and me and Peter, I got so many panicked people coming to us. What do I do? Oh my God, what do I do? My 401k is now a 301k, heading to a 201k, right? And my advice to people in those times, okay, is you do never panic out of long-term investments, ever, 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 ever. You buy more, if anything. The beautiful thing about having a 401k is when those things are happening and you're contributing, you're going to be buying more stocks. 1929, 1987, 2008, pandemic, every time something that's happened, and I remember talking about Pete and telling this to anybody who would listen to me, this is a generational buying opportunity. When this happened last February, it was a generational buying opportunity. I also told everybody the stock will make new highs for the year, and it did. Okay. So as far as long-term investing is concerned, if you become part of our family, I will help you with that stuff too, but it's not something we talk about because that's not what we do.
Correct.
All right. Now,
Guys,
what do we got next? Go ahead, Pete.
We're talking about day trading. Okay, David will explain to you about having a plan every time you get into a trade. When you see a trade, and we get involved in every trade that sets up technically, and he'll explain that to you, is why am I getting into this trade? We don't have opinions about stocks. Sometimes we teach people to get into stocks that we don't even know what they are. We don't trade in anticipation of earnings or Federal Reserve releases or inflation fears or hedging. We don't do that. Okay, we don't have opinions. Day trading is a very specific niche market. It's about
specifical.
It's about hitting singles and doubles, taking small bits of money out of the market on a daily basis. We will teach you about having a plan, whether you want, depending on your risk profile, how much you're trading, how much money you have to risk and to trade, to make $100 a day, $500 a week, $50 a day, $250 a week, whatever it is. If you want some new disposable income, if you want to learn a skill to become a day trader long-term, if you want to learn this lingo so that you can go get a job interview and know something about finance and technical analysis. Day trading is very specific. If you're a long-term investor, which we always recommend people to do, that's one account. That's different. Get involved in the market. The entry point can be helpfully done through technical analysis. But day trading is about getting into trades from 9:30 to 4 o'clock. Once you learn this a little better, you can get in pre-market and aftermarket. But trading intraday to make small amounts of money every day and not lose a lot of money, so that at the end of the week, you've made a little bit money so you can spend time with your family, have a nice dinner, and go forward. Some of you may go on to grow up to be great day traders. That's a beautiful thing. David has had people who he's taught who have actually gone to do this and make 7 figures a year doing it. It's all about learning good habits, getting rid of your bad habits, following the rules. It's simple. It's not hard, okay? But it'll take some time. So this is just the beginning, guys. We hope you all are going to onboard us and learn to be part of our family with the course that we do sell, which we'll talk about at the end. is something, our secret sauce is the long-term mentoring and coaching that we do. We don't charge you a shitload of money and then leave you alone to do it. This is something that you have to learn. It's consistency, discipline, right? And that's what David is a master at. We're talking, the rest of this hour is going to be about day trading, having a plan, trading short-term to make little bits of money. So at the end of the week, end of the month, you have some money in your bank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to show you guys once we get going into the technical analysis part of this. We had 9 trades today for the day. We had 9 trades that we executed today. We made money on 8 and we lost money on 1. And I'm going to show you some of the trades. We started trading at 9:10 this morning before the market even opened. At 9:10 was our first trade. So I'm going to show you all that when we start getting into the technical analysis and stuff. The best thing about this, or one of the good things about this, is that it's scalable. Okay. I have people who start out with me that are trading 10 shares of stock. Some of them trading 1 share of stock, learning how to do it. It makes no difference. The money means nothing when you're learning how to do this. Think about it this way, guys and girls. When you open up a small business, and PS, probably 50% of small businesses fail also, right? It's because they don't know what they're doing with that either. But there's a learning curve, right? You're not going to open up a business and make $1 million a day. It's the same thing with day trading. You got to crawl before you can walk. But the good thing about what we do is it's scalable and it can scale very quickly. I tell my people who are in the room or have taken the course, start out trading 5 shares of stock, 10 shares of stock. Guess what? Next month, I want you to double it. And the month after that, I want you to double that. And before you know it, when every time you're making a trade, you're doing 500 shares. And on an average day, you're making $500, and that's $100,000 a year. So it's easy to scale what we're doing, but you got to crawl before you can walk. That's all. Mostly stocks, Ahmad. We do trade a little options here and there, but we're mostly 99% we're focused on stocks.
Straight up NYSE equities. It's all good.
Exactly. Okay, Matt, hit me.
Sure. Another frequently asked question. How does one get started in day trading?
That's a great question. That is a really good. I think out of the 700 questions we got, this was about 70 of them with the same question. How do I get started in day trading? All right. So there's a few aspects to this. Let's talk about trading accounts first, because me and Peter are never going to blow smoke. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the truth about what you need to be an active day trader. There's 3 different types of accounts that you can have to be an active day trader. The most popular and also the most expensive is what we call, yes, we do trade indices, Edward. I saw your little question there. Is what we call a retail trading account. This is your Chuck Schwab. 30 minutes and we haven't gotten to technical analysis or questions leaving the session. All right, Banu, best of luck. I wish you nothing but the best, but you have to understand there's a lot of people in here who have never traded before and they don't even know how to get started. But thank you. Thank you for your patronage. Okay, guys. So there's 3 different types of trading accounts that you can have. The most popular is your retail trading account, Chuck Schwab, TD Ameritrade, Interactive Brokers. To be an active day trader with one of those accounts, you need a minimum of $25,000. That's what you need when you have a retail trading account. That avoids the pattern day trader rule. It gives you, when you open up an account with that, you have 4 times in buying power or in margin, if you want to call it that, and you have $100,000 to trade with at any point during the day. I'll be honest with you and tell you that 90% of the people who are in my room and are actively trading have that kind of account. Okay. Yeah, you always put a little more in it so that you have a little cushion. The pattern day trading rule is this. If you have less than $25,000 in a trading account, you are limited to the amount of trades that you can do per week. You're limited. And the trades that you do take time to clear. Okay. There are other places out there, certainly in other countries, where you can open up a retail trading account and they will give you margin. Yeah, it's only in the US. It's ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why we have it anymore. If someone has $24,000 or $20,000 in a trading account, you should be able to trade and get margin. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense to me. We're the only country that has that, by the way. There's no pattern day trading rule in any other country. Second kind of account we can have, guys, is what we call a proprietary trading account. Okay. Why did they set it up? Who knows? Why did they do Dodd-Frank and any other stupid rules that they have? Yes, to supposedly protect people from blowing up their trading accounts. But when you have money management rules in place, that's never going to happen. You see, the thing with when you open up a retail account, there's nobody to tell you to stop trading when you're losing money. Okay. You have to do it. So that's what they're afraid of, that somebody will get in a big position and start going into some of their money, which they're never going to allow to have. So the second kind of account is your proprietary trading account. This you have to open up with a prop firm. There are millions of them all over the place. Minimum of $5,000. And once you open up an account with a minimum of $5,000, they will give you $100,000 in the buying power. You have to take and pass 2 different exams so that you are registered with the firm, and you're off to the races with as little as $5,000. There are your Robin Hoods. Yes, CMAG, $500, 6-to-1. That's fine. Yes. Then you have your Robin Hoods and your Welbos, where you can open up an account with $50. You can only trade up to $50 worth of stock. Yes, there's TradeNet also. Yes. When you have a cash account, you can only trade with the amount of cash you have into that account. You get no buying power or margin. So if you open an account with $5 grand, you can trade up to $5,000 worth of stocks. So for an example, guys, if I'm looking at to trade NVIDIA, which is $300, right? And by the way, I'm going to show you a trade that's set up in NVIDIA after hours when we start getting into technical analysis. So NVIDIA is $300. If I want to buy 100 shares in NVIDIA, that's $30,000. So if I want to buy 10 shares, that's $3 grand. So you can do it with a littler account, trading 10 or 15 shares. The problem with that is it'll take you 5 years to build it up to the point where you can open up a retail trading account. So I just want everybody to know the truth about that. The most realistic is 25K. 5K is the second most realistic to actually be an active day trader. Okay. Next question, Matt. And again, guys, if you have any questions about this, please type it in and Matt will go back to it.
And also, guys, we are also, we're half an hour in. David wants to get to technical analysis. There are other questions. You can always reach out to us. We are available and we're always around. So
listen,
let's get into the meat and bones.
I have nothing to do tonight, guys. So if you bear with us, we'll get to everything that you guys are going to ask me about. Okay. This is all important stuff for people who have never traded before.
Absolutely.
We're almost at psychology, guys. We're almost at psychology, which when I teach you that, you're going to have a 50% better chance of succeeding at this. All right, Matt, hit me.
Okay, so a number of people have asked, is day trading something that can be done part-time?
Great question again. Great question. So again, being honest with everybody, I would say 70 to 80% of our trades set up in the first hour, between 9:30 and 11. I'll say an hour and a half. 70% of our trading is done in the first hour and a half of the morning, which is a beautiful thing, and I'll tell you why, okay? Today, I told you guys, we had 9 trades, 8 winners and 1 loser. So I'm going to show you the loser and a couple of the winners. A lot of people, when they hit their goal, which we're going to talk about also, leave. So if you can be here for a half hour or 45 minutes or an hour and hit your trading goal, and I'll talk about what those should be, depending on your share size, you leave. Half of my room emptied out by 10:15 this morning. 10:15, half of my traders were gone. They hit their goals. Thank you very much, Dave. Ronaldo, I'm not going to talk about specific stocks. If we have time at the end, I will. SEV was a nice trading stock today, so maybe we'll talk about it. Okay. So the most precious commodity in the world, guys, which we're never getting back, is time, right? So how beautiful is it to work for an hour in the morning and have the rest of your day after you hit your goal, right? So if my answer to the question is yes, you can trade part-time if you can allocate that time to the beginning part of the day. Yes, you absolutely can. All right, Matt.
Okay, where would you suggest that someone begins to learn day trading?
This is a great question for everybody too. Really, really good question. All right, so let's talk about a few things to avoid first, okay? I go on TikTok a lot just to see what other people are doing. And one of the things I noticed about a lot of these people on TikTok is, number one, they never have a losing trade. Stay away from anybody who never has a losing trade because they're full of shit, okay? It's impossible. Number two, they brag about how much money they're making. Stay away from people who all they do is brag about how much money they're making. The first rule of Fight Club, guys, is you don't talk about Fight Club, all right? No matter how well we are doing, we don't mention how well we're doing. We just trade, okay? Number three, if I'm going to learn from somebody, I want them to have skin in the game. What do I mean by that? If they are telling me to trade something, I want them to be trading it too. I want to see their actual trades. I want to see their actual trades posted before they get in them. There are a million pump and dump schemes out there, guys. And what a lot of these people are doing is getting a big position in penny stocks or options, and then alerting their 5,000 members to go buy that stock. And the only ones that are making money are the people who are pumping and dumping these stocks. Okay? Stay away from that also. Look, you got to use a lot of common sense. And the problem is that since last February and the pandemic started, most people are not using common sense when they're getting into this market. That's why we are doing this. That's why we have made it affordable for everyone to learn how to do this. Nobody, me, Peter, or anyone in this room is getting rich teaching people how to do this. I can tell you that right now. We're not. This is my love. This is my life. This is my passion. I've never done anything but this in my entire life. I know it can be done because we prove it every day. I know it can be done because people who have purchased our course are doing it and making a living. But I also know how much shit there is out there, and pardon my language, and how difficult it is to find somebody who can teach you how to do this the right way. So just be very, very careful out there, okay? I'm a lone wolf killer. I trade for me and following myself. That's great, Chris. And that's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Most people can't do that. I can tell you that right now, Chris, especially when you're first learning, right? If you're doing this for a long time and you have experience, then that's a beautiful thing. And I'm not saying to listen to me. I'm going to teach you how to listen to yourself, okay? We have a proven track record and we have proven technical analysis and money management skills that gives us an 80% success rate. I'm not going to tell you what to buy and sell. From that, you're going to figure out what to buy and sell on your own. Exactly. But again, you know, there's people out there that might have better things than we do. God bless. Gegazint. I'm going to show you guys what we do and how we do it, okay? So get yourself to the right place. Get yourself to a right mentor. One of the things that we do, guys, that is different from any other course you're ever going to see out there is we mentor our people after they purchase our course. When somebody buys my course, number one, our course, number one, they get 7 days free trial in my trading room, where they can watch us trade live. Number two, they get our mentorship every Thursday night, forever, where we go over the course and we answer any questions that people have. So we never leave anybody alone. All right. What do we got next, Matt? I think we're going to start talking about psychology and get into this. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. We had a number of questions on psychology. I'm sure this is something you could speak to for hours, if not days, but if you could just take a couple minutes to get into the mental aspect of this.
Yeah, I agree 100%. How many people that are listening struggle with the mental aspect of trading? Getting into trades, not getting out at the right time. Turning winning trades into losing trades, right? Not getting enough out of my winning trades. I think I just got 450 responses, right? I mean, almost everybody in the room just said yes, okay? So that's why this lesson is going to be so important. And we'll get to technical analysis after this. But look, guys, I don't want to skim over this. This is the most important part of trading. If you have something else to do, this is being recorded, okay? But I'm not skimping on this one, guys. This is my pet peeve. This is the most important part of trading. This will give you a 50% chance, 50% better chance of being a successful trader if you just listen to what we do in the next half hour. Okay? All right. The psychological part of trading is the most important thing. It is not about the X's and O's. It is not about knowing where to pick a stock, where to get in and when to get out. That's a separate issue, right? The most important part of trading are the few rules that we're going to talk about right now. Number one rule for a day trader: you have a stop order on every single trade that you do. For For those of you who don't know what that is, if I buy a stock at $50, the first thing I'm going to do is put in an order that minimizes my loss. Okay? Hold on. I was hesitant at first. I've been burnt by other people in programs, but David Green's method worked. I wish I could find him a year ago. Been with him 2 months now. I'm becoming a consistently better trader. Any loss is much smaller. His program methods are the real. I spent thousands on other program. Yada yada yada. All right. When everyone gets a chance, read Tommy Jackson's comment. That is pretty common for people who take our course and trade with us. It's just the way it is. All right. So no, mental stop orders are not okay. Let's get
They don't
out
work.
of your mind right now. Okay. When I buy a stock, and here's generally how we're going to put those stop orders in. It's a good rule to use 1%. If I'm in a $100 stock, the most I'm going to risk is $1. If I'm in a $50 stock, the most I'm going to risk is 50 cents. When we get into the higher price stocks and we're trading in NVIDIA or a Rivian that's been going crazy lately, or Myrna or any of those, we're going to have bigger stops. But a general rule to use is about 1%. So if I buy a stock, yeah, Tesla, I probably have to have a $5 stop, Matthew. But the good thing about that is the bigger stop we have to have in our stocks, the less volume you should be doing. So it works out the same way, okay? So if I'm trading 10 shares of Tesla and it's $1,000, it's the same thing as trading 100 shares of a $100 stock. Tesla, I'd look to make 5 points on it, $50. A $100 stock, I'd look to make 50 cents on it, $50. So it's the same thing.
Can you enter stop orders on options?
Yes, you can. Options trade like regular stocks. You can absolutely enter stop orders on options. That's why you don't have a too tight stop. Well, Cherry, we got to give our chance, all the trades we get in, a chance to work. If you get into a trade, okay, and you put a stop order in 10 cents below where you get into a trade, you're going to get stopped out of that trade 99 out of 100 times. So this is very, very important to know where to put the stop orders in, okay? But have a stop order on every trade that you do. That's number one.
Great.
Number two, and I'll talk more about this. Once you have a certain amount of profit in a stock, and this is a mistake that a lot of traders make. A lot of you, I guarantee, will say I make this mistake. If I'm looking to make between 50 cents and $2 on a trade, I am automatically on every trade that I do taking a 50-cent profit on half of my trade. Write it down. I don't care if I'm in a $1,000 stock. If I buy 100 shares of something, my first profit target is 50 cents, and I'm selling half of my trade. Then what I'm doing is raising my stop order so I cannot lose money on that trade. I will never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. So 2 mistakes that traders make. One, they don't take any profit because they think they're going to make $10 on every trade we do. That's not what day trading is. 2, they take some profit and then let that trade turn into a losing trade. That will make a huge difference on your P&L if you stop doing that. Okay.
How many of you have done that? Give me David a 1. How many people have turned a winning trade into a losing trade? You took a little bit of a profit. You waited for a big hit. You didn't raise your stop order. You made 50 cents or $1 on the beginning of the order. You went to the fridge to get a Coca-Cola. You came back, it was trading down $6, and you just turned a $1,000 profit into a $4,000 loss. Quite a few people. That is one of David's biggest rules. Guys, you've got to stop losing money. You've got to stop following the rules you've been using. David's rules are super simple. You can't do some of your rules and some of Dave's rules, guys. Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Always have a plan when you get into a stock. Always put in a stop order, not a mental stop order, a real stop order. Start taking profits up 50 cents on partial parts and try and get the most out of your winners and lose the least on your losers. Go, Dave.
Yeah, I'm going to walk you guys through. I'm going to walk you guys through how to actually do this on some trades that we actually did today. Okay. It's not a percentage, Ronaldo. Ronaldo's asking, what percentage should I lose on my trades? And he's saying, is it 7%? Is it 8%? It depends on the price of the stock. Okay. It depends on the price of the stock. It's not a percentage. All right. Can you elaborate on changing the stop order after the selling first half? Yes. Okay. We're going to talk about that too, Terry. I buy a stock at 50. I sell half of it at $50.50. My stop order comes up to where I bought the stock at 50 now. I can't lose money on that trade. That's what I mean by raising your stop.
What happens
Okay.
if it gets 51 day, 51 and a half? What do you do then?
With my profit?
Yeah, you start taking a profit on its way up and you keep raising your stop up so that you can protect any downside loss if the stock
Correct.
goes. The
Yeah,
market
so-
wildly, guys. We're seeing stocks go up and down $20 in 5 freaking minutes. You can't afford to take your attention off of it. You can't afford to trade without stop orders, and you can't afford to turn a winning trade into a losing trade.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I want to address, okay? Do you believe that scalping is profitable in the long run? I have people that make over $1 million a year doing what we're doing, Gabrielle. So the answer to that is yes. Why sell half and set your stop on current price? You just the same exposure and increase your stop to your profitable threshold. Because I always want to take profits on the first half of my trade goal. And sometimes what will happen, I'll set my profit at 50 cents. It'll quickly spike up there, give me my 50-cent profit, and then turn straight back down and keep going down. And you won't have time to even change your stop order. So again, guys, always put some money in the bank. No, Tesla, I wouldn't be looking to take 50 cents out of it. I'd be looking to take minimum of $1 or $2. It's different, right? I take 50%, then place a trailing stop just above it. Even that's what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Yes. The next part, we don't average into stocks ever, period. Okay. Number 2, there are going, Jason, it's usually about 1%. If I'm in a $100 stock, I'll try to get $1 on my first exit and entry. Again, all this stuff is covered in the course. I can't teach you guys the entire course tonight. I'm going to do the best I can to give you as much information as I can. Okay. The next thing, there are going to be days that things are not working. It happens. Okay. It happens. My philosophy and what we're going to teach you is if you have 3 maximum loss trades in one day, you are done trading for the day. So if you're a 100-share trader and you lose 50 cents, 50 cents, and 50 cents, got stopped out on 3 trades, you're done for the day. Why? Because how many people in this room have started out badly and ended up 10 times as worse because they didn't stop? Give me some ones. Everybody, right? There's going to be days where things just don't work. It happens, okay? I can tell you that all the people who have taken the course who have come into my trading room and follow us, I can count on one hand how many times this year has it happened. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens. It can. We will come back from a bad day. I'll come back from 2 bad days in a row, 3 bad days in a row, if I keep my losses limited, okay? But what you can't do, and how many of us have done this, is have that 1 or 2 trades that we can look back on, and I lost 10 effing thousand on that one. I lost 4,000 out of that one. I lost 9,000 on that one. And it wipes out 20, 30, 40% of our account, and we can never get it back, right? That's what happens. And then you're going to be chasing, and you're going to be doing things you're not supposed to be doing just to get that money back.
Revenge.
So very important, guys. If we have a bad day, we have a bad day. Get out of here, okay? Get out. I'll tell you this right now, guys. There's no difference between a winning trade and a losing trade if you execute it properly. None. One, we're going to make a bunch of money. The other, we're going to lose a little money. There's no difference. And you're going to get to the point, and I know this is a big problem for a lot of people. How do I take the emotion out of trading, right? Type in a 1 if you ask that to us tonight, because I know a lot of people have. How do you take the emotion out of it? I get scared when I get in a trade. I get out of it too quickly. I don't let it even go to my stop loss before I lose money. When you learn how to do this properly, you are going to become a robot. God's honest truth. My chart is going to tell me where to make a trade. That's where I'm making my trade. 2 things are going to happen. I'm going to hit my stop order and lose a little money, or I'm going to make some money. But the way to get over this at the beginning, trade 1 share of stock when you're first starting. Trade 1 share. How much are you going to lose trading 1 share of stock, right? Do it until you get used to doing it. and then do 5 shares, and then do 10 shares, and then do 50 shares, then do 100 shares, then do 1,000 shares. I get excited every time we're getting close to getting into a trade because I know 8 out of 10 of my 10 trades work, right? So I get excited. I don't get scared. I can't wait to get into the trades that set up. And when we talk about how you're supposed to get out of your trades, you won't get scared anymore either. Good traders should be bored most of the time. As Christopher just said, we don't have to be busy all day long. We wait, we pick our spots, we be patient, and we be disciplined. Okay?
We take emotion and opinion out of the equation, guys. We take emotion and opinion out of the equation. And David's talking about that. What goes on between our ears is one of the hardest things to control. We get fear of missing out. We listen. We use hope as a strategy. We're listening to the internet on trading stocks. We're getting involved in stocks that are running up 5, 10, 30%. And we just jump in because everyone's telling you got to get, it's going to the moon. Stocks may go to the moon. I hope you're on board when they do. But the bottom line is they go to the moon. They get there quick. If you're not doing this responsibly, you will blow your account up. So the habits that David's teaching you are really super important. The psychology, the emotion, the opinion about it is super important. Okay? That's what David's trying to share with you guys.
Yeah, so let me get to a couple of these. These are really good ones. So Ted said, is it the money or the trade that excites you? That's a great question, right? I know what we do works consistently. The money is going to take care of itself. Whether you're starting with 10 shares, don't even look, guys, don't look at your P&L during the day. That's what I tell my people to do. Don't even look at it. Why are you looking at it? If we're making good trades, I know I'm making money. I don't need to know exactly how much it is, right? Don't look at it. Don't trade based on your P&L. Trade by what's in front of you and what's setting you up. I get more excited getting into trades than I'm not worried about the money I'm going to make or lose, period. If you get a loss on a trade, do you often find the reason to why you lost? Absolutely, Jack. I know immediately. When I get stopped out of a trade, it's because that trade didn't work. Was it a regular moving average trade? Was it a far from moving average trade? Whatever it was, yes. Not every trade's going to work every time. It's not. Look, guys, if every trade worked every time, okay, we would trade for one day. We'd all be multi-gazillionaires, and then we'd never have to trade again. That would be it. That's right. Gork brings up a great point, right? What do I always tell everybody, guys? It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep, okay? Millionaires always say, don't look at your P&L, but I am paying. Christopher, that's not what I'm saying, okay? What I'm saying is, if you are trading, it's not important to look at your P&L while you're trading. Look at it after you're done for the day. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you don't want to look at it. I'm saying don't let it affect your trading. I know it's hard. I know. Guys, what we're talking about now is by far the hardest part of trading. I know that. I know. That's why most people fail, okay? Because this is the hardest part. There's no question about it, all right? One more money management thing, and then we'll get into technical analysis, okay, guys? All right? Yes, so I'm going to get into all that, Tyler. Give me 5 more minutes. Everybody, when they're trading, should have a goal as to how much money they would be happy making at the end of the day. I don't want it to be a goal so that you have to hit that, because that's not the way to do it. But you should have a goal in mind of what would you be comfortable with. And I'm going to tell you guys, based on the amount of shares that you're trading, what you should expect, okay? If you're trading 50 shares a day, $50 is a big day for you. If you're trading 100 shares a day, $100 is a good day. 200 shares, $200. 1,000 shares, $1,000. That should be your expectations when you're trading. You can't expect to make $1,000 a day trading 50 shares of stock, all right? It's just not going to happen. So based on that, realistically, but everybody type in what would they like to make on average and do it based on the amount of shares that you trade. Give me some numbers, guys and girls. So $4,000 a day, you're going to be have to trading 1,500 shares every time you do a trade. So I'm seeing a lot of $15,000 a day, you're going to have to trade 5,000 shares every time you do a trade. But I'm seeing a lot of 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay. Certainly very, 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 very attainable. All those goals. It's just going to depend on your share size and the amount that you trade. Okay. Here's my point in even talking about this. When you hit or even get close to your goal, stop trading for the day. It's not going to get better than that. Okay. What you're going to find is if that happens, and again, this is where we want to go enjoy our lives and our families. Okay. You're done. You hit your goal. What's going to happen if you do that? If you keep trading and you have one losing trade, you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5. And before you know it, you're going to turn a $3,000 winning day into a $3,000 losing day. We've all done it. And that is the worst feeling in the world. Tell me, guys, right? Is that or is that not? At the end of the day, you're saying to yourself, how the F did I just do that? How did I do it? I had all the money. It was mine, right? It was mine. Can a $5,000 cash account get you $400 to $500 a day? Probably not. Well, I'll tell you what, if we're trading $50 stocks and lower, yes, it can. Because you can trade 100 shares of those or 200 shares of those. So yes, I have done this, guys. Everybody has done it. You do that on a Friday, it ruins your entire weekend. Just to do it even any day, it's just such a sickening feeling, right? So here's what we're going to do. And again, guys, nobody can do this for you, okay? Nobody can do this for you. This is why these 3 simple rules I'm talking to you about now, people fail at trading. It is not the technical analysis. This is why. So if you listen to these little things I'm talking about now, you have a 50% better chance of succeeding as a trader. Have a stop order on every trade you do. Never average into a trade. Averaging into a trade is just a recipe for disaster. If we have 3 losing trades in one day, stop trading. If you hit your goal, get out of the room. You're done. If you are going to continue to trade, once you hit your goal, significantly cut your size and kick in what we call the 20%. What that is, if at any point during the day you get back 20% of your profits, you're done. That's it. I was up 500. I made another trade. I lost $100. I'm up 400. You're done. That's it. Never turn a winning day into a losing day. Ever, ever, ever. Those 4 simple rules, ladies and gentlemen, just gave you a 50% better chance of succeeding as a day trader. It is the gospel. It is the Holy Rosary. It is Moses walking down Mount Sinai with the 10 Commandments. I promise that if you follow all that rules, you have a 50% better chance of being a successful trader.
Guys,
Right?
it's the most important thing that David can teach you are rules. Obviously, if you're here with us, you're probably trading, you're probably struggling, and you've not developed good trading habits. The fundamentals and the foundation of good day trading is all about habits, criteria, and following the rules. Those rules always have a stop order, no matter what. It will limit your risk. You'll be able to become as profitable as you can on your good trades. Okay. Never turn a winning day into a losing day. Never turn a winning trade into a losing. Okay. And never just follow these rules. It's so simple, but it's not simple, guys. What goes on between your ears is the hardest thing in the world. What David just said to you was no one's going to be there to tell you to stop, right? Unless you hire a friggin' bodyguard to stand in the room to follow the rules for you. That's why most people fail at this, because they just get sucked into the psychology and the emotion and the greed of money. That's why David's rules are pivotal. Forget all your old rules and take on these 3 rules David told you. You have a 50% better chance of becoming profitable.
No doubt about it. So now we're going to take that 50% that we just gave you, and we're going to start talking about technical analysis. And technical analysis, if followed properly, puts the odds of every trade we get in our favor. Okay? In our favor. Listen, when you go to a casino, guys and girls, every game that you play, the odds are against you, right? Every game. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. If you don't know what you're doing as a day trader, the odds are against you on every trade that you do, and you're going to lose money. By using the money management rules and now the technical analysis to go with that, we are putting the odds in our favor of every trade we do working. every trade. They don't always work. Nothing always works, but we're putting the odds in our favor now. Okay. So I want to talk about that for a minute because this is very, very important. It's easy for somebody to tell you they make money on 80% of their trades or 90% of their trades. That does not mean you're a profitable trader. Excuse me. That doesn't mean you're a profitable trader, guys. What if I make money on 9 out of 10 trades and I make $900 and my 10th trade, I lose $5,000? I still made money on 90% of my trades, but I let one trade give back all of the money, right? All of the money. So someone to tell you they have 90% doesn't really mean a lot. But when you follow all the money management rules along with having that 80% win rate, you're going to make money. It's just that simple. All right. Let's talk about technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody can see my chart of RBLX.
Yes, Roblox. Go, Dave.
Roblox. This has been a very good stock for us the last week or so. This along with RIVN, which, by the way, have been two of the most volatile stocks in the last 3 or 4 days. We've done nothing but make money in. So let me explain some of the technical analysis. Lucid's been very good to us too.
Yeah.
Lucid, I'm going to show you a couple of trades in Lucid, Matt. The short this morning and then when it pulled in. Well, here's the gig, Chris. There's no such thing as a stock that is untouchable. No such thing. There
As long
isn't.
as no technical analysis.
We will trade stocks that I have never traded before. I don't know what they do. I don't care. Okay. One thing we don't do is say Roblox to the moon. Because a lot of people have blown up their trading accounts buying GameStop at 483 and other stuff like that we'll talk about. Okay. We're going to talk about all that now, Dan. Okay. This is a chart. What a chart shows us for you beginners out there is history. Okay. It shows us where a stock has been. It's our job to figure out where it's going. Or when it starts going in either direction, to place orders at the spots where our charts tell us to make trades. The great thing about technical analysis, guys and girls, is my chart tells me where to put my orders. I don't guess, I don't think, I don't hope. It tells me where to put my orders. So let's start with all of the technical analysis that I use to make our trades, okay? Most of my traders, Jenny, use Thinkorswim for charting. I don't care what you use for trading, but I think Thinkorswim is the best charting software out there. Doesn't cost anything to get. You can open up an account with them with zero money in it and get live charting. So I use Thinkorswim for charting. All right. So we have what we call moving averages in our chart, and we have 4 of them, and they're exponential moving averages. We have a 9 EMA, a 15 EMA, a 65 EMA, and a 200 EMA. So we have 4 moving averages in our charts. In addition to that, we have pivot points. Pivot points are the dotted lines you see above and below where a stock is traded. Those are pivot points. In addition to that, we have a VWAP, which is volume weighted average price, and we have a relative strength index. So again, we have 4 moving averages, pivot points, VWAP, and relative strength. That is it. That's it. Pivot points come up automatically on your chart, Marlon, when you go and put them in on Thinkorswim. Okay? That's all I use. Some people have so many things in their charts that they can't even see where their stock is traded, right? You have Bollinger Bands. You have Haramis. You have, look, I can show you guys quick, okay? Here's studies and edit studies in Thinkorswim. There are 500 things you can put in here. 500
and it only
things.
confuses you guys. David uses what he uses because it works. There are people out there who use all kinds of different things. He's trying to keep it simple. He's been doing this a long time. The 4 things he uses work. You don't need to know what a pivot point is. You need to know that RSI is overbought and oversold indicator. Moving averages track the charting of a stock over time. But these are the things you need to learn. David will let you know if you buy the course, which I'll talk about in a minute. In case anybody has to go, we'll let you know how you can learn and answer all the questions you need to know. But David keeps it simple. These are the ones he uses. He uses them because they work and they are profitable. And it keeps the screen from being packed full. You don't want it to look like an air traffic controller screen trying to land 1,000 planes in Kennedy Airport. You want to be able to learn how to get in and out of stocks and make money simply.
Okay, yes, so 9, 15, 65, and 200 CM. So in Think or Swim, when you go to pivot points, you just click it, okay? And the setting you want is show only today, no time frame day. And it'll make sure all your plot points are clicked. And again, this is a story for another day, but that's how you put the pivot points. All right, let's talk about what some of these moving averages mean, okay? So our 9 EMA is the weakest of our moving averages. The 15 is a little stronger. The 65 is stronger still. And the 200 I call the Great Wall of China. When we're looking at a chart and its stock is above all the moving averages, I will be looking for a spot for the stock to go down and hit one of my lines, which is a support level. So when a stock is above the moving averages, I look for a pullback to one of my moving averages that tells me where I might want to buy the stock. So when a stock is above the moving averages, I look for support. So the moving average below where a stock is trading is called support. We want to buy when a stock hits support. When I have a moving average or a pivot point above where a stock is trading, that is where I might potentially short the stock. Let's talk about long and short for a minute. I'm going to do it quickly because I could talk about that for an hour. Okay. When we buy a stock, if I buy a stock at 125, I make money if it goes up from that price. Pretty simple. Okay. I'm always starting on a 5-minute chart, Matt. Yes. Always starting on a 5-minute chart. Okay. So when I buy a stock at 125, if it goes to 126, I made $1. I made $100 if I did 100 shares. When I short a stock, I'm selling something that I don't own with the hopes of buying it back at a cheaper price. So when I buy something, I want it to go up to make money. When I short something, I want it to go down and I'll make money. So if I short this at 130 and I buy it back at 129, I made $1. Same as if I bought it at 125 and sold it at 126. It's just the other side of a coin. I'm shorting it at 130. If I buy it back at a cheaper price, I make money. That's all that shorting is. You don't have to understand, well, who am I borrowing the stock from? But no, if it lines up on our chart, short it. When it goes down, buy it back, we make money. Okay? That's the difference between long and short. So when a stock is in, and this is what we call an uptrend, this nice, strong uptrend in this stock. A trade could have been made on this trade, and I'll explain what kind of trade it is. Okay? This stock is in an uptrend. When a stock is in an uptrend, I want to buy it when it pulls back to my 9 and my 15 EMA. The only time we will ever use our 9 and 15 EMA is when a stock is in a trend. Otherwise, they're the weakest one. They only work when stocks are in trends. But you can see the theory behind this. The stock is going up. It pulls back. It hits our 9 and 15 EMA. And what happened? It stopped going down right when it hit those two levels. And it went straight up from there. So we would have purchased this stock at 125 and 124.50, two levels to buy it, and we'd already be up. So let's say we bought it and we're long at 125. So what do I teach everybody? Half of my stock I'm selling immediately at 125.50. Half of my stock, raise my stop up to where I bought it. I'm going to sell 25% for $1 now at 126. Now I made 50 cents and I made $1. I'm going to raise my stop up to 125.50 now to lock in at worst a 50-cent profit. It. And the last 25%, I'm going to hold on to and see how much more I can get at it. So I would have sold the last 25% when we saw this little red bar here, right at about 126.80. We were in at 125. We made $1.80 on the last little part of it. So that last little 25% that we hold, we made the most money on. So it's the same thing as making 50 cents and $1 on more of our shares. We made $1.80 on the last 25 of our shares.
Yes, we would use a trailing stop, Chris. Absolutely.
Absolutely trailing stop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you get the most out of your winning trades. This is mega important. This is trade management. You can't buy it here and sell it all for a 50-cent profit and expect to make a lot of money doing that. You know why? Because when we have a 50-cent loss, it's just going to completely wipe out that trade. But if we make 50 cents and we make $1 and we make $1.50, so our average is $1.25 on that trade. When we have a 50-cent loss, it's nothing. We still have all that money in the bank. So we have to make more on our winning trades than we lose on our losing trades. This is trade management. It is the most important part of trading after your money management and after the psychology. We got to get the most out of our winning trades, okay? So when stocks are above the moving averages, we look to buy on support. When they're below the moving averages, we look to sell on resistance. I'm going to go over a few trades that we did today, and I'll show you exactly what we did and why we did it and explain what kind of trade it is. We'll do a few of these, and then we'll get to a few other questions that you have. Pete will talk about the course a little bit. Before Peter's going to talk about the course a little bit, I don't want anyone to leave because I have a surprise for anybody, especially anybody who buys the course. And then I'll hang out with you guys and answer some individual questions. All right?
You want me to jump in? You want me to
No,
jump
I don't
in?
want you to jump in yet.
Gotcha.
Give me a couple of minutes here. All right. So Roblex was a stock that we traded today at, well, let's talk about Lucid, right? We all know Lucid. Lucid was a screaming short this morning. I'll explain to you why. Let me put up a daily chart of Lucid. Okay, and here we go. So Lucid had their earnings 2 days ago, and they were whatever. It doesn't matter what they are.
We don't care.
Right, they lost 22 cents. I don't know if this company will ever make money. It doesn't matter. All we care about is price act. That's it. That's all we care about. Yesterday, the stock went from 48 to 55. Today, the stock opened at $61. I'll show you. The stock opened today at $61. Let me get back to the beginning of the day real quick. So in 2 days, okay, Lucid went up about 25% of the company value, right? And here's this morning, it was trading at 61.90 at 7:30 in the morning. So were we buying the stock or selling the stock at 61.90? No, we were doing nothing. I'm going to show you the first trade that we made, and it was right here.
Can you make the screen a little bigger, Davey? So
yeah, give me a sec. Hold on 1 sec. I'm just trying to find the trade. All right, here was the trade. Okay, can everybody see the screen clearly now?
Yeah.
Good. So we watched Lucid this morning go from $61 to $54, down $7. This is the first place, okay? I wanted anyone in my room to buy the stock. The reason we bought it is because we had a pivot point there, a support level that told us to buy the stock at the exact price of $54. This pink dot. This was before the market opened at 9:15. We bought the stock at $54. In this same bar, and less than 2 minutes later, the stock went up $1 to 55. We sold half of our stock at 54.50 and a balance of our stock at 55. All right. If we waited till the opening, the stock went up to $56.34. Some people held a little bit because it never went below that. But I was happy taking 50 cents and $1 out of the trade. When we got in the trade, my stop was 53.50. I was risking 50 cents on this trade. Always a stop order, Cole. Always a stop order, Andrew. Problem with pre-market is you have to sell. You can't enter a regular stop order. You just have to sell it with a limit order if it goes against it. Okay? But $54 was the exact price it told us to buy the stock based on our technical analysis. Gorgeous. Beautiful. That was one trade. We had another trade in this right here now at 11 o'clock, and this was a short. This stock went from 53 to 57. It went up $4. Okay? It went up $4, and look what it hit, guys. It hit our 200 EMA. Our 200 EMA is our strongest moving average. The stock went up 4 points. We shorted the stock at 57. I think it was 57.40. The next 5 minutes, the stock was down $1.10. The next 5 minutes, the stock was down $2. We took $1.50 out of this trade. And it kept going lower. but we were happy doing that. We took $1.50 out of this trade based on technical analysis. When stocks are down, I look for places to short them when they go up. When stocks are up, we look for places to buy them when they go down. That is what we call, guys and girls, this one, let me just explain, a regular moving average trade. Yeah, I mean, this is all math, guys. Everything we do is math, okay?
All math.
All moving averages are based on math. The moving averages is the average price of the stock over a certain period of time that we put in. That's what a moving average is measured. That's what a moving average measures, okay? Let me show you Rivian. Sorry for dumb question. What do you say to purple? Pivot points. Pivot points. Yes, it was below the moving average, and we waited until it hit our pivot point early in the morning, right here. Yes. If you bought this moving average, again, it was pre-market, you made money on that also. Okay. What triggered the entry point, Mark, was our pivot point telling us to buy it right here. Always starting on a 5-minute chart. So as we were watching the stock, Mark, I told everybody in my room, guys, the stock was 57. We're putting a limit order in to buy it at 54. As the stock is going down, my order is sitting out there at 54, waiting for somebody or some group of people to sell it to me. If it didn't get to 54, we're not making that trade, okay? It got to 54, we got in the trade, had our stop order, we took $1.50 out of the trade. All right, let's do one more, because I know we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes already. Most important part of technical analysis, guys, okay? Our stop loss goes in immediately after we put in the trade, between 50 cents and $1, depending on the price of the stock. Always a 5-minute chart on the opening, Syed. Let me show you one more. This was Rivian, okay? P.S. Look at Rivian on a daily chart, guys and girls. Look at this. This is a perfect, what we call swing trade and what we do, okay? This stock was up 3 days in a row. It went from 95 on the IPO 3 days ago to 180 yesterday. 180. It doesn't even show relative strength because it's so new. But the stock went from 90 to 180, got way overbought. And in one day, this stock went down 40 points, guys. How many people do you think bought this stock between 175 and 179 because of FOMO?
Look at the
How many
volume.
people?
We know that people
We
did.
traded 75 million shares this day. How many people you think got absolutely killed in this because everybody told them it's going to 200 and it's going to 250 and it's going to 300?
The moon. It's going to the moon.
We made 5 trades in this yesterday and 5 trades in this today, all based on technical analysis. I don't care where it was. All we care about is where it's going. Let me show you this trade, and it happened at 10:45 this morning. I'll show you why we did it. And again, guys, all of the things I'm showing you here is taught in the class. Here it is right now. Okay? 2 trades we had in this, one on the buy side and one on the sell side. And this was an incredible trade. This was our most profitable trade of the day. This was wackadoodle. So this stock went from 157. And at 10:25, guys, I want you to notice what this hit. It hit our pivot point to the penny, okay? We were bidding 140.40 in this stock after going down $13. We bought the stock at 140.40. We had $1 stop. Guys, in the next 10 minutes, the stock went up $6. In the next 10 minutes after hitting the support level, it went up $6. Did we make $6? No, I think we averaged $2 on this trade. But think about this. If you bought 500 shares and you made average $2, you made $1,000 in 10 minutes. You do that 3 times a day, right? And you're making $750,000 a year. Again, it's not going to happen 3 times a day. You might not be trading 1,000 shares on every trade that you do. But look what it did. Guys, I didn't go in after the market closed or before you guys were coming in here and go put these dots in to make it seem like it got to those levels. These are my charts. Yes, I'm going to show you a trade we lost on too, Jack. Yes, that'll be the last thing I do. And then look what happened, guys, when we went from 141 to 152. We went up 12 points. When a stock goes up 12 points, you're going to have a pullback. Guess what? It hit our VWAP around $153. It hit our VWAP. We shorted it at 153. We had a dollar stop. It went up 45 cents. And in the next 10 minutes, it went down $7. So when we're trading stocks like Rivian, I'm not looking to make 50 cents or a dollar, guys. I'm looking to make a lot more money. Okay. RSI did not play into these trades, Rod. They were regular, what we call regular moving average trades. RSI plays into our trades when something is getting really stretched out to the upside or really stretched out to the downside. Okay. Let me show you a losing trade that we did today. And it was AMD. And it was at, let me see what time it was. AMD was strong all morning, right? Really was strong all morning. Here was the trade. Okay. So AMD was strong all day, right? It was trading at $154. We made a little trade off the 65 EMA when it hit 153, and that paid off not much. I think we got like 30 cents out of it or broke even. Another very important thing that you guys have to realize, okay? Once a stock hits a level the first time, if you make a trade, don't ever do it the second time. Look what happened. It hit this 65 EMA the first time. It hit it the second time and busted right through. Here's where we made our losing trade. Now we have our 200 EMA, and it was at 151.70. That was where our 200 EMA was. Okay, guys? We're buying AMD at 151.70. In AMD, because I know it trades gazillions of shares, I only have a 50-cent stop order. Because if we're wrong by 50 cents, chances are we're wrong. And we're just going to be wrong on a trade. We bought it at 151.70. Our stop was 151.20. We got stopped out on a trade. We lost 50 cents. That was a losing trade. It did not work off our 200 EMA. And look, if we would have been patient, ooh, look, it went from where we originally bought it at 151.70 up 70 cents an hour later. But it also went $2 below that 2 hours later. So once we do a trade, win, lose, or draw, guys, this is day trading. Yes, I don't look back. I don't run to get back into a stock to revenge trade. Don't ever do that, guys and girls. That is a recipe for disaster, okay? Never, ever, ever revenge trade. It's not going to work. You're always going to lose more money. I'm going to need that course, Mr. Green. Yes, technical analysis is very, very confusing. It's not as hard as you think, guys. The hardest part of what we do is what's between our ears. I can tell you this. Nobody has ever taken our course and not learned the technical analysis from the course and our Thursday night meetings. We offer everybody a money-back guarantee when anybody purchases our course. I think Roman, how many people have returned their course after they've taken it from us? 1, 2?
Yeah, a couple, handful, maybe.
No, it wasn't a handful. I don't think it was 2.
3. It was 3.
Okay, there you go. So 3 figures. Of all the thousands of courses that we've sold, 3 people asked for their money back, and we gladly gave it to them, right? Look, guys, I can stay here and talk to you for hours about this. I wanted to give you what I thought was really, really, really pertinent information that's going to help you trading from this point going forward, right? How do you manage slippage? Because you never get filled at the 50 cents, more like 60 cents, more time. Yeah, it depends on the price of the stock too, John. Yes, if you're in more risky stocks, you can't prevent the slippage sometimes. You can't. It just happens, right? You can't. Look, things can happen in trading that are beyond anybody's control, and that's the inherent risk of trading. There have been times where we got into a stock on a trade and it halted because there was news pending. And it opened up, and sometimes it went 20 points against us, and sometimes it went 20 points in our favor. These are the inherent risks of trading. I mean, you know, anything can happen at any time. If the last 14 months have taught me and Peter anything, it's that anything can happen in this market. I have to tell you guys, and Peter will agree, I have never in my entire life seen a market do what it does these days. Never. But I can tell you this also. It has been the best trading since the pandemic has started that I've ever seen in my life. The best. Because volatility is our friend. You just have to know how to trade. You got to have your head straight, and you got to know the technical analysis. Okay? You gotta
You
know
know,
the technical
Pete,
analysis.
let me jump in a quick second for a
Go ahead,
second.
Pete.
So guys, look, David has just laid out a lot of stuff for you, and there's obviously a lot more, and he can't cover everything, and we are not done, and we're really happy you're all here. We do have a course that we sell. All the questions that you do ask in depth are covered in the course. The course is super affordable. It's actually on sale tonight for $399. I believe Roman has set up, there could be a partial payment system, perhaps not for tonight yet. But the bottom line, guys, is Wall Street Global Trading Academy is a live and active website with a live and active course. It is 7 parts. It's got 21 videos. It is 8 hours long. It is me and David Green trading live. We are not putting in slides. It's not a bunch of boring BS. It's live stuff with me and David, live videos. It's got great habits, great work, great text, and great videos. And we beg you all to check it out. As David described it as a money-back guarantee, we cover language of the stock market. We cover risk management, learning how to use stop orders to protect your portfolio. We teach you how to set up your charts. We go into deep detail. We cover the 5 basic technical analysis trades, guys: trend trade, moving average trade, far from moving average trade, base trades, swing trades, and option trades. We cover everything in detail for hours and hours. You buy the course, you have it at home, you own it forever. You can take all the time with you want, or you can watch it in a week. The secret sauce of this program is every Thursday night for anybody who buys our course, you get a live mentorship coaching program with me and David every Thursday night on Zoom for an hour and a half. You get to be with me and David. I don't know how everybody learns. Some people learn slow, some people learn fast, but you do run up against things that you just don't get it. You meet us on Thursday night after you buy the class and you ask us a question. You'll know there's a lot of people on this call who are in the course. We answer all your questions. So David has laid out a lot for you, and he's going to still lay out some more. But there are people on this call who maybe have to leave. There are people who are wondering, like, well, what do I do to get to the next step on this thing? We do have the course. It is available. It's $399. It's a money-back guarantee. It comes with lifelong mentoring and coaching, guys. That is the secret sauce of this program. You become part of the Wall Street Global family. Me and David Green are always available. We have a lot of really good, fun times together. We're always here for you. And the bottom line is this takes 3 to 6 months to really learn to some level of perfection. It doesn't mean it takes 3 to 6 months to start making money. You can do it virtually in the beginning and get your diamond hands all set up, and you get accustomed to sort of paper trading in the beginning. But as David described, a lot of this is psychology. A lot of it is confidence. That's why David has done this. It's tried and true. That's why he doesn't sit here and tell you, we buy the stock when it's right. I'll tell you what to do. We're going to take $9 out of it, and we can turn 1,000 into $1 million. That is BS. That's not what this is about. This is a tried and true program. The reason David takes a profit at 50 cents is so you have money in the bank, so you build your confidence. We teach you about risk management. Your stop orders up so that you're able to have that confidence to get the most out of your trades, right?
Hey, Pete.
So, yeah, baby.
One sec. Yeah, everybody in my room will tell you guys that they have made this money back 5 or 10 times once they've taken the course and they learned how to trade. Let me just walk you guys through it real quick, all right? You guys can see my screen. You see the Wall Street Global Trading Academy up there? Everybody see that? Yes.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. So let me just walk you through it real quick, all right? I'm going to take you guys to the members area. First of all, we have discounted this for $500 to $400. That's number one. A lot of people are asking me about my trading room, all right? I'm going to do something that I know Peter's going to get mad at me for, but I'm doing it anyway. But let me show you the course itself real quick. So this is what you're going to be looking at when you purchase it. Stock market basics, language of the stock market. Each one of these things is its own little course. Each one. Money management, which we just talked about. Chart basics. Every one of these is its own little course. It is laid out so simply. Every trade we talk about. Swing trading, option trading, Bitcoin. The best part about this, guys and girls, which nobody else does, you go find somebody and I'll pay for your course there. Every Thursday night, you click our Zoom at 5 p.m. and you're going to get me and Peter for an hour and a half every Thursday night, forever. It comes with the course forever. If you miss a Thursday night, every one of these is archived. Hour and 16 minutes.
And we
Hour
go
and
over the course.
32 minutes.
Guys, the Q&A is we go over the course and sections of the course every week, and you'll get to hear the students ask the questions and get them answered. It's like a whole nother course in itself.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure we have the price reduced for everybody. Yeah, there it is. $399, 20% off. Razi, look, guys, there's no pressure on anybody to do anything. Me and Peter are not chasing anybody down. Trust me when I tell you that we are not getting rich selling this course. Okay. There are so much. I think me and Peter end up making about $12 each for each course that we sell.
One payment, lifetime.
Yes, you pay once, it's for lifetime access. 100%. And here's what I'm going to do, guys and girls. Okay. Anyone who purchases a course in the next 24 hours, or not even, all right, I'm going to let come in my trading room for the next 7 days. That's tomorrow, Friday, and all next week. You can come into the green room live, watch us trade live for 7 days. I'll mentor you. I'll teach you. I'll tell you everything that we're doing. And you get 7 days. You can spend the next 7 days with me. Okay. Bobby, if you come into the trading room, we can talk about all that. Trading room is a total separate entity from the course. Correct. Look, guys, in my trading room, okay, I'm with my guys from 7:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock, posting every single trade that we do live. It's a different animal. What I will say is, unless you take the course first, you're going to have no idea what's going on. It's not going to do you any good. It's just not. Because if you're a beginning trader, you need to take the course first, and then you'll understand a little bit about what's going on in the room. But, with or without the knowledge, you buy the course, guys, send me proof that you bought the course, and you'll come into the trading room. Nope, it is not. Roman, should we post my email?
It's on the website, actually.
It is. Okay.
On your website. But anyone that buys the course, I will reply with and forward you their information.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay. Anyone else who wants a trial, you go to greenroom-live.com and we'll talk. My trading room is basically full and shut down to new people, guys, because I have a limited amount of people, but I always take visitors in and people come and go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this. I'm going to let Peter take us home. Okay. No, I do not record the trading room, Jack. I'll tell you why. It's very proprietary in there, and I don't want anybody else getting it. And I don't want anybody else knowing what we do. How's that? Guys, it has been my pleasure to do this with you guys. It really has. I hope take a couple of things that I gave you out of this, and you're going to be a better trader. 100%. Okay. Take the money management rules to heart. If you're going to go to different mentors, make sure that they're doing the right thing and they're being honest with you guys. I mean, we can't sell a course for, we're selling a course for $400 that you're going to have for the rest of your life. We can't do any better than that. And you become part of our family once you buy a course. You really do. Anyone who has any problems, you can get in touch with me and Peter anytime you need to. I will answer questions about long-term stuff, short-term stuff, whatever you guys need, okay? We will be here for you. You become part of our family. You really do. And we're trying to make it as affordable for everybody to be able to do this, guys. So look, my website is greenroom-live.com, okay? You can request, you can write off the $400 also as education if you're a trader, right? In the Green Room Live, can we stay after we kick that? Yes. Jose will talk about that, but I want you to be ready. I want you to be ready for that, okay? Go to greenroom-live.com. You can send me an email requesting a trial, all right? But you got to be ready for that. That's not what this is about tonight. This is about those people who just wanted some information from us about trading and about technical analysis, and for people who want to purchase the course and become part of our family. It has been my pleasure. I love everybody. Roman, you're the best. Matt, you're the best. Andrew, you're the best. Peter, I love you as always. I am going to let Mr. Tuchman take us home. It has been my pleasure to be here. All yours, Pete.
Thanks, Davey. Everybody, I really appreciate you coming. It's really been great. A couple people did reach out and said they can't really buy the course till Christmas, Razik. And you reach out to me, you DM me if you have a situation that will take you longer than 24, 48 hours to buy the course, let me know, and I'll make sure you get the discount that we do and the offer that David's offering. You know, we did the live free webinar just to sort of tickle you guys. We know that there's so many people out there who are trying and struggling or really just want to start doing this thing and don't know where to go. I know you've seen me. Some of you know David. I mean, we've been doing this for a while. We do have credibility. We are relevant. We are around. David has his trading room. I'm on the floor of the stock exchange every day. So you know we are not some ghost or somebody who's full of shit and who's copying and pasting a bunch of crap. And we're not giving you stuff that's on slides that is boring and stupid. So we obviously would love you to learn more. And we are super happy if you go on and buy our course. As we said, there is a money back guarantee. David just touched on some of the stuff. Day trading takes a while to learn. It is about habits. It is about discipline. It is about consistency. And most people don't know how to do it. Most people get it wrong. And a lot of new people are coming into the market and doing it and getting their ass blown up. We're hearing about the millionaires, one or two of them posting pictures on Instagram on top of their Bugatti with a bunch of stacks of $10,000 bills. But that's not the majority of people who are day trading. A lot of people are trading on FOMO, looking at the internet for their financial advice, taking advice from people, getting involved in the hype and the meme stocks at the highs of the day and getting their asses handed to them. Trust me, they're not posting pictures of the fact that they can't afford to pay the rent next month, because those aren't the guys posting pictures unless they're copying and pasting some crazy ass pictures of someone else's Bugatti. So guys, we love what we do. We love trading. We love educating and motivating people. If you know me at all, that is my life's goal. So David and I put this course together. It is live. It is affordable. It is super fun. We do add the mentoring and coaching for life thing. It's a one-time payment for the course. You own it. It's in your friggin' computer. And then you get to be with us every Thursday night for the end of time. I've been alive for over 200 years. I'm going to be alive for another 200 years. You can't get rid of me. So many questions were answered. So many were not. Day trading is there's a lot to it. We'd love you to go on. I hope we got your interest. We spiked it. We hope we've given you a little bit of hope that there is a future for you in doing this successfully. We hope you go on to buy the course. We'll probably do some more of these webinars, but just the webinar is not enough to really learn how to do this successfully. I hope we've given you a little bit for nothing of something that's going to help you tomorrow if you're trading. I hope we've tickled you enough that you hope you want to come back and be with us more often. Everybody who's in our course and in our becomes our family. As you say, you get to be with us every Thursday night, whether you like it or not. This will be recorded if you want to go further. Everybody who buys this course tonight in the next 48 hours will get a live week with David in his trading room, which is absolutely an extraordinary thing. You get to see it happen live. But the bottom line about the live trading room is if you don't get the course and you don't really learn the disciplines about it, it will seem like another language to you, and it's kind of a waste of your time. So we're in this to create a family, to embrace everybody in this new community, all you new traders, retail traders, young, old, men, women, whatever you got going on. We want you to come to this party and be successful, become profitable, whether you become a day trader, whether you just take this little toolbox with you for the rest of your life, whether you've learned our lingo and learned something from me and David, and you use it for your next job interview, whatever it is, or you've been struggling and you've been doing this for a while and you just have not been able to friggin' get through this wild madness. This market, the generational moves and the volatility are insane, guys, right? This market is taking down some of the most veteran traders because they're using their old rules and habits and they don't work anymore. This is not your freaking grandfather's stock market, guys. What's going on in this market with the meme stocks, with the news, with the taper, with the Fed, with the pandemic, with the reopening stocks, with the closing down stocks, with the drug stocks who are making the vaccine, the volatility of virus. This shit is insane. The moves in stocks from 150 to 550 and back to 250. GameStop from 2 to 483 and back to 180. These moves are so dangerous, so volatile, so insane that if you don't know what you're doing, you are obviously getting your ass handed to you on a friggin' platter. There are people who are blowing up accounts every day, and they come to me begging me for mercy, asking me to connect them to David to try and get them back to friggin' even, because they've been long a trade that they got in on FOMO for the last 4 months and they don't know what to friggin' do. So please join us, join the team, join the family, go to the Wall Street Global Trading Academy, buy the course. We'll give you a money back guarantee. You get to see us on Thursday and tonight. David, it's on sale for $3.99, and David offered you a free week in the room. So, you know what? I wish you all the best. We still got a couple hundred people on this call. You want, look, I'm always available. I'm on Instagram every day. You DM me, you will get an answer. If you have questions about the course that didn't get answered today, reach out to me. I beg of you all to go out there and buy the friggin' course because it's really fun. It's really cool. We've got a great family. I've embraced the liquidity family, the Wall Street best, Wall Street meme people. If you guys are all wild bull buyers out there, you want to make some money day trading so you can go out and buy some more Wall Street bulls, guys. This is a way to make some fun disposable income. One of the great things that David, bull gang to the moon, one of the great things David talked about is having a target goal every day. A lot of traders don't have a goal while walking in and have a plan, right? I always talk about this, that there's two different people who go to Vegas to bet, right? To gamble for the night. There's a disciplined gambler who goes there with $1,000. He decides when I make 1,000, I'm closing down the bank. I'm going out to dinner. I'm going back to my room to watch a movie. And then there's the other guy who's got $1,000 also. When his buddy gets up, having made $1,000 to go have a nice dinner, he's going, I got diamond hands, guys. I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere. I got this tonight. And the next thing you know, 3 hours later, he's sitting out in the friggin' parking lot, smoking friggin' Camel Straights, drinking Hennessy, having gone to the ATM 4 times. He had turned a $2,000 profit into an $8,000 loss, and he doesn't know how to go back to his partner and tell him he can't friggin' pay for Con Ed tomorrow. So that's what I don't want you to do. I want this to be, now that you've been invited to this party, I want you to have fun and become profitable and learn how to do it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not gambling unless you don't know what the heck you're doing. The moves in this market are absolute amazing trading vehicles, right? Guys who know what they're doing, who know what David teaches, who knows technical analysis, can take stocks that are moving 30, 40, 50%. Guys, Peloton went from 170 to 46, right? GameStop went from 2 to 483 and back to 151 before it was technically set up to be a buy again. I know you guys have been watching these meme stocks go up like crazy and jumping in at the exact wrong time. AMC the other day, maybe it was a month and a half ago, ran up from 40 to 65. It got up to 72 after hours. Everybody on Instagram Live was telling me it's going to the friggin' moon. It had a chance to take a major profit. 90% of the volume that day was above $70 in the stock. The next morning, people who didn't take a profit got blown up because they did a secondary and it opened at $40, guys. Those are people who are turning winning trades into losing trades. Nobody got broke taking a profit. People have bad habits of trading. The psychology is friggin' brutal. I get it. I've been there, people. We know it. It happens to me. I've been doing this for 35 years. You hope that it goes up. And sometimes it just doesn't work. Technical analysis takes the hope and the opinion and the emotion out of trading. That's the mastery of it all. This is the most emotional time because stocks are going up and down. You're hearing about people making millions of bucks. You may actually turn $500 into 4,000. You go to the friggin' kitchen to get a coffee. You come back and the shit is evaporated. The stock has gone down 40, 80%. We've seen Myrna cut in half. Alibaba get torched. Didi get decimated. Peloton cut in third. DWAC torched. The SPACs get their ass handed to them. AMC hasn't seen the days it had 8 months ago. GameStop is not trading at 483. CAR got to 547, is trading at 250. Tilray, if you're to the weed names, was at 27. Those who didn't take a profit, it's trading at 12. I don't want that to be you. I want you to come here, learn from David and me, and become profitable, make some money, have some fun, and go buy some friggin' bulls, guys. Come on, that's what this is about, okay? So, all that being said, I love you all. I want you to be successful. David is a great teacher. I've known him for 35 years. A lot of people know technical analysis. There are a lot of people who are going to throw a bunch of charts at you that make no friggin' sense as a newcomer. Dave's charts are simple. They're straightforward. Don't ask him about all the Bollingers and the Schmollingers and all that BS. The things he puts in his charts are there for a reason because they work. He is an incredibly good teacher. You will watch the course if you buy it and you're going to go, holy shit, this shit makes sense to me, right? You're going to have the aha moment. He's going to teach you how to look and find the stocks to look and get involved in. He's going to teach you about good habits. He's going to teach you about the criteria it takes to get into a trade.
I don't know, guys, but the market might be open before Peter finishes. Love
Very
still
positive. Thanks for waking me, Dave. I was in a
Look, guys, just
in a blackout.
yeah, you were gone. Look, we are both so passionate about this. I mean, if it doesn't show, then something's wrong, right? This is my life. I love nothing better than teaching people how to trade and watching them make money because we know how hard this is. Anyway, I am out of here. I'm gonna eat some dinner. Love everybody. Go ahead, Pete. Keep talking. I'll come back in an hour. You'll probably still be here.
Now, guys, I'm done. I'm going to go eat some dinner too. So, guys, check out the course, Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Go to the website, buy it. If you don't like it, you can get your money back. We will mentor you every Thursday. I am reachable. So is David. If you buy it in the next 48 hours, you get 7 days free with David in his trading room, which is worth a fortune, guys. We're going to have a YouTube channel where David's going to be trading live. This is going to be available in 24 hours on the YouTube channel. We have a lot going on. Everyone who joins us and buys the course becomes part of the Wall Street family. And I wish you all go to the moon and learn some and have some fun and join us. That's it. I'm out of here like Vladimir. There's 177 people still on. You need me, you reach me. Actual God, I love you, buddy. Razik, call me. I could definitely check you out. If anyone has any problems, or they have issues that they can't participate in what we're offering here tonight, reach out to me on Instagram or through the website, and I'll take care of you all. I know that. We want you all to be successful, make money, kick ass, buy bulls, and have fun. I'm Einstein on Wall Street. I love you all. You'll see me tomorrow on the internet, kicking ass, taking names. Be well, everybody.